Hello everyone, welcome to some Europa Universalis 4. Today we're going to be starting a new campaign, and I had a great idea for an interesting campaign. Basically more of kind of a relaxed commentary campaign. It's going to be an observer mode. I thought it would be very, very interesting if we did this certain thing. So, by the way, the Meow campaign is going to be discontinued, unfortunately. I really hate having to discontinue the Beast of the East campaign, but it's just what we got to do because I'm in 1.13, as you can see in the bottom left here, and so yeah, I started in 1.12, and a lot of things have happened since then that could really help us out, and so I do want to do another Beast of the East campaign in the future, but not right now. So I'm going to discontinue it for now. So what we're going to do is a very interesting campaign. It's not going to be Iron Man mode because I want to do observer mode. We're going to play with historical nations. No bonuses, obviously. AI difficulty, it doesn't really matter. Lucky nations, sure, we'll go historical. And, no players to join, doesn't matter. Nations, okay, province, tax and manpower, it's fine. Yeah, what we're gonna do is just start a game. It doesn't really matter who we start as, let's just start as the Ottomans. We're gonna start a game, and then type in observer mode. Just let's get into the game first. I haven't even started the timer yet because I want to make sure we have a good amount of time going in this episode. Usually the first episode is longer. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to observe, I believe the command is. Alright, so we're in observer mode, right? We are not playing as any country in particular. We don't have any monarch points, we cannot click on this, we get no production interface, you know, nothing. Maximum manpower somehow is 1,000. So, here's what we're going to do. Start the game, 1 day passes by, you know, everything's normal right now, but then we're going to type in, bear has landed. And Yongbyon. Alright, so Jan Mayen. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Jan Mayen? Something like that. This is what that is. This is kind of like an alien invasion type thing, except it's more of a polar bear invasion. And here's what happens. Jan Mayen? I'm gonna call it Jan Mayen, just for the purpose of this. We got Jan Mayen. Alright. And they start out with some very interesting bonuses. Warned by Ming. Very interesting. They start out Western Tech. They appear in a random location in the world with like 3 to 5 provinces. They've got plus 100 discipline. 100% discipline. I mean, yeah. Start out at Western Tech. They have minus 10% unrest, minus 50% land attrition. Yeah. So, yeah, so I believe they're going to start out with the largest army in the entire world. Yeah, 50,000 troops, even larger than Ming's army, which is normally the largest army in the entire world. Start out as Animus. They have already declared war on Zhanzhou, Korchin, and Ming. Oh no, Ming joined in because they were warned. But look, they're already starting to win. Look at this. Look at Ming's troops. Oh, they reinforced. So basically the idea is we'll see if the Western powers or anybody in the world can stop Jan Mayen, can stop the polar bear invasion, because the bear has landed, guys, and the bear is angry. So that's basically the idea behind this campaign, is that we want to kind of watch the world, right? Kind of look at what's going on in the world, but mainly focus on Jan Mayen. And let's see, now look at this. Oh, okay, it's now 150%. It used to be a total of 200%. Look at that, they actually won. That's really interesting. Can I mark countries? Oh, I can mark countries as interesting, so we will hopefully get alerts by them. I'm not exactly sure, but and this could very well be a very short campaign. I really don't know. Oh yeah, and also Jan Mayen gets a base 100 ducats of income per month. No, 50 ducats of income per month, which is crazy. Tax income. So Yeren is kind of capitalizing on this situation, attacking Jiangsu. I'm kind of rooting for the rest of the world. You know, mainly. Oh, look at this, Ming. Ming trying to throw as many bodies as possible onto the situation. All right. Because usually in the game I diss the European powers, France, England, Spain. Oh, we're gonna have to. I want to turn on Fog of War or something to make the game go faster, but this is kind of cool. It's kind of like a bustling community of countries. And yeah, usually I kind of root against the Western powers when I'm playing the game, because I like to play as non-Western powers. I played as the Timurids, I've played as the Mamelukes, I've played as Mogadishu. That hasn't lasted very long, but played as Mutapa, Ming, Korea, Lanshan. I played as Salish before. So I'm very curious as to what's going to happen, but in this campaign, I'm actually rooting for the Western powers. I'm thinking, can you guys kind of put aside your differences and team up against this alien threat? It's very interesting to me. And Asian countries got buffed in the latest version of 1.13 because Indian and Chinese tech groups now start at tech level 3 instead of tech level 2, which I like that, because I like to play as Ming, and I tried playing as Ming in 1.12, and it was fun, to be honest, but at the same time it makes it very easy for Oirat to just rush in, because they've got those horde units and one tech level above you. So I'm very thankful for that. Plus, it doesn't make sense that the Chinese were on the same level of technology as the Sub-Saharan Africans. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, we could see the West African countries here going at it. Kham already getting a peasant revolt. Look at that. For some reason, we're allied with the peasants. It's like it colors them as if we're allied with them. I'm very, very hopeful that the Western power. Oh, look at that! Ming got stack wiped. I'm very, very hopeful that the Western powers can eventually take on this beast. Quite literally, this beast. Also, I think as Jan Mayen, you get something like minus 75% coring cost. It's pretty crazy. Sarigyo gear already growing. Look at that. See Chagatai getting eliminated. I kind of want to play as Chagatai sometime. They look kind of interesting, sandwiched between, Yarkand, which is not even a horde, and Uzbek, which is a giant horde, Oirat, which is a fairly powerful horde, and then you got a province bordering Ming. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, this should be really interesting. I'm very curious to see how this pans out. So we'll just keep it on speed 4 and just see how things are going. And of course, Jan Mayen. Oh yeah, also Jan Mayen starts out with 1 million manpower. So I think it just makes it inevitable that they're going to solidify their power base very quickly. Because even if they lose some battles, they're going to reinforce very quickly. Looks like Beijing is getting sieged. Yeah. So, oh, disease outbreak. Now, disease outbreaks are going to be very good for the rest of the world when Jan Mayen gets them. Yeah, and then -10 unrest is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that Jan Mayen, it's -10 unrest. Their primary culture is Norwegian, but they also accept Korean and Manchu because their only provinces are Korean and Manchu. So we'll see. I wonder if, yeah, look at all that. You got the imperialism CB. They don't even have to fabricate claims, and it doesn't even matter because they got such low coring cost. So, they got the -10 unrest, which means that if they raise autonomy, then they will have no unrest guaranteed, even if they just conquer a province. Because, can you imagine if you just conquer a province, and instead of having, say, +15 unrest from separatism, let's say it had -5. Well, you'd have, like, no unrest there. So, yeah, so this is really interesting. See, Jan Mayen has only taken 0.5% attrition in that siege of Beijing, and it looks like they're very heavily winning this first war. Very heavily. Actually, I want to crank it up to speed 5. It's probably not going to go too fast during that time. Yeah. It's not going too much faster. Because we've got all the nations in the world, and there's no fog of war. Fog of war, I think, normally speeds things up. Yeah, that 50% discipline. You know what else that does? Is that 50% discipline also makes it more likely for them to get a stack wipe. And less likely for them themselves to be stack wiped. So that's pretty crazy. Baluchistan got unique ideas recently as well. They got less fort maintenance and higher looting speed, which is cool. Yeah, so I had these ideas for campaigns, or for new series for my YouTube channel. I want to get back into doing that. Basically, my plan is I want to have a series of Pillars of Eternity. I want to have a series of this, Bear Has Landed, and then a different series that you may or may not have already seen. It depends on when I record it and when I get my ideas and all that. But I won't reveal it right now. But it's a different series. And then what I want to do is on Twitch, I want to live stream whatever my current campaign is in EU4. Currently, that's Ming. I'm playing as Ming and just basically trying to blob out of control. And because I played Ming before, but I never really tried to expand on my power base too much in China itself. So my idea behind this campaign was, why don't we expand it to Indochina, into India, Tibet, and eventually into Siberia. And basically I'm unstoppable. I don't think any country in the entire world could stop me. Because, well, but anyway. Enough about that campaign. Let's just talk about this one. So, Jan Mayen occupying Beijing. Very, very, I think, probably pivotal moment in this war. And that, actually, Ming, it says, is winning this war. Oh, and look at this. Jan Mayen attacking into the mountains, and their discipline could not save them. The Middle Kingdom has made inroads into saving the world. Granted, they are small inroads, and overall insignificant, because Jan Mayen is going to be able to easily replace that manpower. But they did... where's the war goal? Oh, that's the war goal. Let's see. In the Jan Mayen Zhangzhou Imperialist War. Yeah, so actually Jan Mayen actually holds the war goal, and somehow Ming is winning this war? What is this? They got they got +7. That's gonna go down really fast, no doubt. I'm just curious as to how much land Jan Mayen is gonna take. We don't know. We really don't know. But yeah, tonight it's about 11:30 p.m. where I am right now, And tonight, I was planning on just recording a bunch of videos. I recorded like the first 5 or so episodes of Pillars of Eternity. I'm having so much fun with that game. And then tomorrow I want to render all that and then kind of set up a schedule for when I want to upload it. I might do an organized schedule. I might just release some random video from a random series every couple days. So, I don't know. But, yeah, just reminding you midway through this video, or maybe it's a little more than midway, if you like this series so far, if you want to see more, please feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I make new videos when I have incentive. Oh, separatists. Dang, Ming already has 10 war exhaustion. So they only got negative 1.32 unrest in their accepted cultures, and in non-accepted cultures, they've got 8 unrest. Non-accepted cultures with wrong religion. Wait, why was it so high here? No, wait, that's different. Why is this so high? Oh, it's because this is a heathen religion, and this is a heretic religion. There's more tolerance of heretics than there are of heathens. So, yeah, so Ming has already a lot of unrest. They've already even converted some of these provinces to Confucian. Can you believe it, guys? We're like 7 years into the game. Mayen converting these provinces to animist. Look at that unrest. There's no recent uprising. It's all tolerance and the invasion modifier. Plus, they're animist. They're a lucky. Oh yeah. Mayen is always a lucky nation, regardless of whether it's controlled by the player or not. So, Mayen also always gets the lucky nation bonuses. And it looks as though they're converting all these provinces that they took. Oh, look at that! Look at that! They're converting all those provinces to animist. And as you can see, Mayen gets to easily just conquer all these provinces and have no unrest. You see this? And they're in another war. You know, I wonder, there is another command, self-learning AI, and I don't, not intended to be a factual description. I think what I've heard that it does is it just makes the AI like really, really aggressive. Ottomans at war with Morocco? Probably Tunisian war. No. Attacker against Tlemcen in the Moroccan conquest. Okay, and Tlemcen is allied with whom? The Ottomans. Yep, that makes sense. So the Ottomans joined that war. So that gives Byzantium a little bit of time to actually survive. Although I very highly doubt they will complete this mission to recover the Asia Minor coast. And it's quite a shame that the Roman Empire can't be so resurgent that they end up defeating the polar bear threat once and for all. That's such a shame. And the thing is, Mayen needs to be a little bit careful with its conquest. If it goes above 100% overextension, then that's going to be a serious problem. And the reason for that is that Mayen's get the same, Mayen's rebels get the same discipline bonus that Mayen gets. So, also with Mayen, every single country in the world has a minus 1,000 modifier for invasion. So, you know, I mean, what I guess my best hope is that they can expand so aggressively that that there's a huge coalition against them. But I don't know how aggressively they'll have to expand before that happens. You know, apparently everybody in the world is in a coalition against nobody. much faster when I go on 4 speed. I mean, much less laggy. Yeah, so, how much overextension does this have? No overextension. Can you guys believe that? They've already cored all that crap. It takes so little time for Jan Mayen to actually conquer, or, core things. Let's take a look at Byzantium. Still not at war. Allied with Theodora. Okay, well that's... I was about to say, like, you got an ally, Byzantium? Wow, nice job. But, the Ottomans actually have a mission to conquer the last Crusader bastion, the Knights. So that's going to be interesting. So basically, what you can do in the comments is you can root for who you think is going to win. Do you think Jan Mayen is going to win? Do you think they're going to go for a world conquest and actually win it? Or do you think they will eventually expand so aggressively and tick off so many people that they all put aside their differences and form a massive coalition against them to destroy them? And if so, if another country ends up saving the world against Jan Mayen, who do you think it will be? And to be honest, my money is on like France, Spain, or England. I think one of those is going to be the one to finally put Jan Mayen in its place. I'm rooting for the other countries. I'm rooting for the rest of the world. I have no idea how this is going to pan out, but I'm really hopeful. You know, I almost feel like it's some kind of alien invasion type thing, where you know, the countries of the world need to put their differences aside in order to combat this common enemy, you know, that puts us all in danger. And, you know, who knows? That kind of thing might happen. Or it could go the complete opposite way, and maybe Jan Mayen just goes unchecked the entire time. Maybe they strategically plan out their conquests in such a way that the coalition never gets courageous enough. Look at this Kachar. Kachar actually did this. That's insane. Koch is accepting Tibetan culture, so they got like far less unrest. 2 less unrest, to be exact. I really don't know what this self-learning AI is going to do. Allied with Wallachia. That's really interesting. I'm curious to see what Byzantium will do. I don't really have that much confidence in them, but we'll see. You know, there's always the chance. But wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be absolutely crazy if you had a resurgent Roman Empire take on Jan Mayen as the last hope for humanity and actually win against it? Wouldn't that be crazy? But anyways, guys, I'm going to pause it here. Please let me know what you think of this series. If you really like it, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And of course, tell me that you like it, and I will make more videos. I'd be happy to make more of this series. I'm probably going to record a few more tomorrow, actually. So, yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed. Please leave your comment as to who you think is going to win, who you think is going to save the world, or if you think Jan Mayen is going to destroy the world. Tell me that too. Yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.